जब भी मैं पटना हाईकोर्ट परिसर में आता हूं तो मेरी पुरानी भावनाएं बहुत तेजी से मुझे उन स्मृतियों को झकझोरती हैं कि मैं जीवन में जो कुछ भी बन पाया हूं और कर पाया हूं उसमें पटना हाईकोर्ट की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। जब भी मैं पटना हाईकोर्ट परिसर में आता हूं तो मेरी पुरानी भावनाएं बहुत तेजी से मुझे उन स्मृतियों को झकझोरती हैं। और आज जब इस नई बिल्डिंग का लोकार्पण हो रहा है, जिसके लिए नीतीश जी आपकी सरकार के सहयोग और संजय करोल आपके मार्गदर्शन में जो बना है, इसके लिए अभिनंदन। ये बिल्कुल पुरानी बिल्डिंग के साथ है, तो आप सबों का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन। लेकिन आज जब मैं चीफ जस्टिस के साथ घूम रहा था तो मेरी पुरानी स्मृतियां बहुत सामने आ गई और मुझे आज के इस ऐतिहासिक अवसर पर यह स्वीकारने में जरा भी संकोच नहीं है कि मैं जीवन में जो कुछ भी बन पाया हूं और कर पाया हूं उसमें पटना हाईकोर्ट की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। वर्षों यहां गुजारे, सामने बीएन अग्रवाल साहब बैठे हुए हैं, बहुत योग्य जज, चीफ जस्टिस हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में 9 वर्ष रहे। मैंने वकालत शुरू की थी और वो जल्दी जज बन गए थे। उनके सामने पता नहीं कितनी बार अपीयर करने का मौका मिला और कोर्ट की तहजीब सीखने का मौका मिला। यहां जस्टिस एस.एन. झा और एस.जे. मुखोपाध्याय बैठे हुए हैं। इनके सामने कुछ ऐसे ऐतिहासिक केसेस बहस करने का अवसर मिला जिसकी चर्चा आज पूरे देश में होती है। ये सारे अनुभव हैं और क्योंकि मैं पटना से हूं, यहीं पैदा हुआ, पढ़ा लिखा, बड़ा हुआ और अब मैं सिटिंग लोकसभा एमपी हूं, तो चीफ जस्टिस, आई need your indulgence to welcome you also as a local member of parliament because you have come to my constituency. Another application of technology is the concept of telelaw, which we all initiated in 2017. What is telelaw? We have got nearly 4 lakh kiosks in the country, common service center. You go there, log yourself, and we have a panel of lawyers who will give you pre-litigation advice. A daughter-in-law suffering or a laborer is not getting his due. I am very assured to tell you that since 2017, 6.35 lakh advices have been given by lawyers who are willing to give their services for a free when opinion is sought. This includes large number of OBC, large number of SC, STs. And these are matters of great satisfaction for me personally as to how we can use digital technology for access to justice. I would never say the work is complete. There is a lot to be done. 2-3 quick points and then I will conclude. You may have seen, day before yesterday, I launched the National Social Media Guideline. It was long overdue. We are supportive of freedom. We are supportive of criticism. We are supportive of dissent too. But the issue is not of use of social media. The issue is of misuse and abuse of social media. And should the people of India, today nearly 135 crore people of India are using various forms of social media. Therefore, if someone is being abused, someone is being misused, should they have some grievance redressal mechanism or not? That's what we have provided. I'll not go into details of that, except to flag a matter of concern as the Law Minister of India. India is a free country. Anyone can speak anything. We can surely criticize the reasoning of the judgment. But I foresee a new disturbing trend which I need to flag today. Of late, some people have an opinion about something. They seek to file PIL, no problem, that's right. But then they start campaigning that we must have a judgment of this type only. And if the judgment is not in accord with what they perceive to be their view, then I see disturbing comments against judges as well on the social media, at times being trolled. This is grossly unfair. The judges of India, Supreme Court or High Court or District Court, must be given complete freedom to decide cases as per the knowledge of law and understanding. If you have any problem, offer your comment, analysis of the reasoning of the judgment, that's your right. But any kind of trolling, any kind of agenda setting, and if that is not in accord with that, then publicly criticizing sitting judges in the most virulent manner is not fair. For a long time, I was thinking to share this concern publicly, but I thought my own Patna High Court would be the best forum to articulate that. But this is not meant only for Bihar. This message is meant for the entire country, I would like to confirm. One last issue I have to flag, two particular. We need to have good intake in the judiciary. And very soon we are in consultation. We are going to establish All India Judicial Service or Indian Judicial Service. We have IAS, we have IPS, we have IFS. Having the best minds being selected by the Union Public Service Commission under the oversight mechanism of the Supreme Court, direction of the Chief Justice of India. And the idea which we are contemplating is picking a particular number of additional district judges, throwing it for open competition, fresh law graduates, 7-year practice, and also sitting subordinate judiciary. You also sit, write the examination, compete. And the idea is to have a cluster of groupings, Eastern India, Northeastern India, Northern India, Southern India, Western India. And let through that selection, with the biggest stress of scrutiny of merit, best minds become additional district judges, then district judges, then come to also to the High Court in that very limited quota. The rest will be continued for the subordinate judiciary as the case may be. We also wish to give proper reservation to SC, ST, OBC so that the inclusive character of judiciary may also come about. I'm very keenly pushing it, ladies and gentlemen, that we must, and All India Judicial Service is a part of perhaps Article 312 of the Constitution. That's a work in progress. We are in discussion with Honorable Chief Justice. He has been encouraging, but we'll work it together. What is my last submission to make? This is the centenary building of Patna High Court. Indian democracy post-independence is now more than 70 years old. The Constitution came into force in 1950. Freedom, independence of judiciary, the right to franchise of people are now ingrained in the constitutional polity of India. Mani Nitish ji is sitting here, my senior as a student. We were baptized in the JP movement of Bihar, fought against the emergency. Now those days are past. No political party can afford to compromise the basic tenets of the constitutional polity of India, namely freedom, namely democracy, namely independence of judiciary. If that is the real hallowed tradition of India's constitutional polity, it is time to look beyond in the coming 70, 80 years. And this will work only when there is a fine balance of independence of judiciary, separation of power, good governance, and overall commitment to the cause of the people of India. Because I take cue from what the Chief Justice of Patna High Court rightly stated, we all are a stakeholder. And this work as a stakeholder must ensure the pristine glory of judiciary, the shining characteristic of Indian democracy, and the overall quest for good governance must work together to ensure a truly developed India. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Hind.